All right, welcome back to another Messages of Hope intuitive tarot and oracle card reading, where these are not intended to be predictive, but simply assistive to you on your journey as you move through life, as you learn to trust your intuition and possibly heal. And with that said, today's reading is going to be focused on a specific topic. I am starting out with the intention to focus on what the message of hope is for anybody and everybody who resonates with healing from an energy vampire experience. And, I'm going to leave it at that. I've spoken about this before in the past, and I only continue to at times when I believe that I'm supposed to. So I thank you to those of you who are out there watching and providing comments. And this felt timed right because of one of you. So thank you so much. We're going to start with a healing energy oracle deck by Mario Duguay. I do like him and his decks. They're so beautiful. And so let's see. Let's start with the healing oracle message. Oh my gosh. Did you see that? Okay. We have here right on top. This is like everything else is a mess right now, actually. Okay. Here's the first one on top. It says trust. I trust life and my strengths. Each moment guides me to the light. Everything on my path is placed there for my growth. Okay, this is already so good and so powerful. So you might want to just go ahead and just pause the video, take in that image, and receive the support and guidance for you in trusting. Everything on my path is placed there for my growth. Even those experiences that seem really awful, right? Okay, that was crazy. That was craziness. Okay, here, I'm actually going to pause the video and get the rest of the cards because I wanted to pull from them again. So hold on. Okay, I have the rest of the deck in my hand now. Let's pull one more right now. We might even revisit this deck at the very end and pull one more time from it. So let's see. Is there an additional healing message right now that wants to come through for all those who resonate with healing from an energy vampire experience? They're starting to get messy again. Wow. So it's a good opportunity to just take a moment, pause, see your energy grounding down into the earth. Take a slow, deep breath in, exhale anything that feels heavy or invasive, and inhale more of that light. You can choose to inhale more of this light, or just simply see a beam of white light flowing all the way down to you and through you. Okay. And let's add also, you may want to envision yourself surrounded by white light. Surrounded as if you have a buffer of white light all around you, really in support and service to you and your authentic energy. Awesome. And the card that flipped up, divine light. Look at that, divine light. And that to me almost looks like what the energy would look like if we were sitting Indian style with our palms out. See the head at the top, the heart beating in the middle, the abdomen, and then you've got the root and the hands out to the side. Okay, let's read this. I am an expression of love and I shine like the sun. My inner light is my strength and my treasure. My intuition guides me to discover the wonder and goodness of who I am. And here's the thing, you've probably already heard something like this, but if you have not, when you are shining so brightly, a lot of other energies can be drawn towards you. And so energy management is a really good skill to learn. And with just simply saying that, we can go right back to everything on my path is placed there for my growth. And the sooner we learn some of those lessons, the easier it can be, right? The quicker we can also heal. Yeah. Okay, let's move along. I wanted to next pull a card from my deck, the Every Day is a New Day deck. right? We talked about the sun. This image actually is a sun. It's got color behind it, but it's actually a sun. It's the same as that one right there, the sun. Okay, let's see. What else? In service to all those healing from an energy vampire experience. And as often as you feel the need to, we're going to pull a few, as often as you feel the need to exhale that which is heavy or unwanted, do so. Be in service to your own light, to your own energy, your own healing process. And of course, calling in more light and more love and, replacing or, filling back up those spaces with what is true for you, what is authentic for you. Okay, that was a whole bunch. I'm going to read them all. I'm actually going to read them all. Okay, let's see. I think the first one that came out was when now. Your greatest power is in the present moment. Okay, we have next, believe. We have, where are you on today's to-do list? We have two more. We have, love this one. We have, what if nothing is wrong? What if only good can come of this? And last but not least, we have, take a stand for you. Okay, so what I'm seeing here, what I'm getting right now is this, your experience may be challenging you to, yes, take a stand for you, to make sure that you are taking care of yourself and honoring yourself, respecting yourself. If you need to place certain boundaries in your life, absolutely. But also, I'm seeing it as expanding beyond what your previous definitions have been of maybe several topics, right? So when we think of take a stand for you, what is your initial thought of what this means? Okay, so that's your initial belief. And then let's go beyond that. What else could take a stand for you look like, right? If we take it beyond the meaning that you already know of, that you have, and we factor in, does this ring true for you? Everything on my path is placed here for my growth, placed there for my growth. Then what could taking a stand for you in that context mean? Could it possibly mean stretching yourself into recognizing that the experience you have had serves you in becoming an even brighter beacon for yourself, and going beyond the degrees of having to protect oneself and maybe take a more proactive approach on the flip side, right? Instead of a I'm just trying to find the best way to articulate this. So instead of taking more of a, right? Because we could look at, let's see, if we look at, there's another being in the world and I feel like my energy is being drained or taken, right? If we can look at and recognize, okay, I have something that someone else is craving, desiring, whether they consciously or unconsciously are doing that, but you're feeling it, right? And as you explore this, and there can be a whole myriad of lessons and learnings and things to come out of your particular experience. But if we look at this just from the one lens of, you have something that someone else may be really craving, really trying to cling onto and take it any and all costs and whatever it might be, right? How does that support you in recognizing your own value and taking that to another level? I'm going to kind of leave it there because there's so much more that could be said. And yet, without you being here to dialogue with me in this, then, there's so many different directions that things could go. And so anyway, we're going to move on with the reading, but I hope that brought up something for you. And so, same thing, when we think of belief, what does belief mean for you in this context? believe that, I don't know, are you being challenged to believe that you are here for a greater purpose than maybe what you previously ever imagined? Is it possible to believe that the experience of feeling like someone is draining your energy can initially feel like the power dynamics are out of whack, right? Um, someone over here is taking something from you, right? And so it might feel like the power dynamic is shifting where they kind of have more power than you, right? And as you come to take a stand more for you and align with your divine light and be on your healing journey and all of that, then knowing that someone wants something from you so much, how much does that actually help you to shift and see? And I'm not saying this from an ego space, but how much does that shift you to be able to recognize more of your own innate power? Right? Something that you already have and someone else has yet to find within themselves. They have it too. They haven't recognized it yet though. And so how does just noticing a shift, how does shifting your beliefs around all this support you in reclaiming your power, support you in being on your healing journey? And none of this is discounting what you've experienced up to this point. All of this is simply connecting the dots between this happened, I choose to heal, and here's how the healing benefits me as I move forward. What if ultimately nothing is wrong? What if only good can come from this? Because what if all along this was in service to you, knowing on an even grander scale what it means to take a stand for you? Every day is a new day. When? How about now? How about now? Your greatest power is in the present moment. Okay. I'm even going to look at the bottom of this deck. What's the bottom of this deck? Okay, I'll read it. It's one of the long ones I have in here. Looks like that. It says, no, you won't always know how or why. Maybe you were never supposed to know, and instead you were to learn how to take action in the face of uncertainty. Maybe you're supposed to keep believing. Remember, we first had trust. Or how to let go when you don't have the answers. Regardless, the one thing you can always be certain of is that you have the power to do anything. You have the power to do anything. And usually it simply requires us to expand our degree of belief in ourselves and possibilities available to us. And that can help us expand, right? Expand and be able to know more of our power in new ways. So, okay, that was just the first few cards. Oh my gosh, it's already 14 minutes. Okay, let's pull a few more cards, obviously. Let's move on to, I'm going to move to the Believe in Your Own Magic deck. I hope you are doing well. And I hope this message is already resonating. And as always, and I didn't say this before, it's always take what resonates, leave what does not. Anything that does not resonate, simply let it go. Let it go. And if something if something is like piquing your interest, but you're like, okay, I don't quite get that yet, but maybe there's just something there, right? You're like, okay, there's maybe something there that you feel like you're supposed to figure out or get or whatever. And you know what? You can just simply hold that intention. You don't have to struggle or fight to try and figure it out right now, but just simply say, okay, I'm open to receiving greater clarity on that, and just kind of set it aside. When the time is right, you will get that clarity. Okay, what additional message that was a whole bunch. I'm just going to take okay, I saw two kind of, so I'm going to take these two. I still don't fully know what they are. Let's see. Are there any others from this deck that want to come out in service to okay, we got one more there. Is there one more? Is there okay, leave it at that. There we go. Okay, we have here expectations. Don't seek anyone's approval. We have, wait, this was the second one. We have thorns. Weave together the crown you deserve. Hello, Queen. We have stars. You can manifest your every wish. And we have witch. Justice is coming. I love that. Okay, so, okay. Okay, let's just take a little look-see. Let's see here. I mean, this is definitely initially speaking to you understanding your expanded potential. And I'm just going to go, I've said this before in a previous reading. I'll just go ahead and say it here too. Whenever witch comes up, I want to make it clear and known that I'm not a fan of, or nor do I ever condone any sort of witchcraft with ill intent, right? So there are different intentions or different definitions of how people interpret the term witch. And I just want to make sure that everyone knows that I am absolutely not, so, to me, witch is also just a simple term, right? And this could be you knowing your ability to manifest, right? There's again so many different definitions of witch. I'll leave it as what I said earlier. So when I use the term witch and I talk about anything related to that, never, ever, ever am I ever suggesting or condoning that anybody do anything that goes against someone else's intent. Or what's the word I'm looking for there? Free will. That's what I meant to say. Right? We don't ever want to do that. Anything we manifest, we always want to do it with the intention of for the highest good of all. That benefits you as much as everybody else. So, okay. That was my little spiel. I had to put that out there. Okay. What do we have here? I mean, this, as you start to delve into, why did I have this experience, right? How does this experience of having someone who, really feels like an energy vampire in my life, how did I attract this? How did I manifest this, right? Like, right? How did this get co-created, right? And that's, of course, something that you are going to have the answers to, but something I have found, and I believe is probably woven into the foundation of it somewhere, is really having that imbalance of being able to love oneself. So an imbalance of how much am I giving my energy out to the point where now people are just taking, and how much am I giving to myself and really valuing and honoring and respecting my own boundaries even. And so within that can be a whole bunch of other, stuff to look at, right? Like what are boundaries, right? And where do boundaries in my life show up? And how do I implement those? And do I struggle with some? And how can I improve on those and make them better? And if there's a part of you that struggles to, stand firm on some boundaries, then why is that, right? What's contributing to that? And how can it be easier for you to honor your own boundaries? Because you deserve this crown. You deserve the crown of You deserve to wear your crown. And this crown, yes, it's made up of all these beautiful, flourishing, blossoming roses. And yet it also has thorns because it's representative of someone who's clear on who they are and what they deserve. And sometimes at the beginning of learning how to set boundaries for oneself, there can be the assumption or I'm going to say limiting belief that, well, if I set boundaries up with certain people or in new ways in my life, well, then other people might not like me, right? And what I would say to that is, well, then are those people really people that are beneficial to your life? Or is there simply more of an attachment to those people and what has been? Because as you love yourself, then you attract other people who are loving themselves, but also can respect your boundaries and respect, the love and boundaries that you have, the love that you have for yourself and the boundaries that you have for you. And they won't mind. They won't mind those thorns. They won't mind those boundaries. When I say those thorns, I simply mean anything that represents a boundary, right? They will know how to respect you. And okay, what's coming up also is that phrase, the sky is the limit. And what I love is long time ago, I heard a kid say something like, no, the sky is not the limit. Oh my gosh, I forget how he said it, but he was saying like, it's, the sky and beyond, right? Even the sky is not a limit. There is no limit. And so inherent within this, could there be some degree of you possibly being fearful or not doubting? Is it possible you could be fearful of your potential? That if you were allow yourself to be the big, bright, expanded being of light that you uniquely and authentically are in the world, that, what then? Are there possibly fears that show up? Is there a lot of doubt and uncertainty? And so, and if that's the truth, if that resonates, then does that possibly provide an answer of how we could co-create having an energy vampire in our world? I'm going to also affirm right now, this conversation is for someone who is open to seeing beyond the experience, right? To be able to heal through it and see something more. Because that's how you're going to be able to move forward too, right? When we learn through something and then implement that into our next phase, that's how we're able to move beyond it. And yet you never have to move at a pace that is faster than what you are ready to move. And yet, if you are really desiring to move forward and expand, then this is going to be part of that journey, part of that phase, some degree of learning and letting go and processing and releasing and choosing something new. And so if you resonate with that, then I want to say right now, oh my goodness, I hope you just you might just want to just place one hand on your heart, one hand on your abdomen or on your thigh, and just celebrate yourself. Celebrate yourself for being that strong being the wise woman or man who is willing to go there, willing to release some of the resistance to seeing beyond a scenario, allowing yourself to move beyond the victim role. And personally, I believe that, when we have things that are scary, that hurt us, that, elicit those types of responses or reactions from us, there's no shame of feeling like you were a victim at the beginning of that, right? That makes sense. And yet at some point when we are choosing to heal and move forward, we are then asked and required to be able to step beyond that victim space so that we can reclaim our power and fully move forward, right? And what bravery and what courageousness that requires. And so this reading and this message right now really may be something, because I don't know where you are on your journey, right? So this may be something that you want to come back and revisit. And maybe there's a portion of what's already been shared that'll speak to where you are today. And maybe you come back a few months from now or a couple of weeks from now, I don't know, maybe a year from now, want to watch it again. And maybe you'll be at another phase, ready to step into the next level of expansion, healing, and moving forward. A healing journey is, it's unique to each individual. We can't rush our healing journeys. No one else can rush it for us. No one else can do the healing for us either. It's always up to us. And we want to make sure that we are processing and integrating things. And that's going to require an experience of feeling and releasing and replacing and having mindful awareness as you are in that process. Okay. Moving on. Let's pull from another deck. What? 26 minutes. Okay. Okay, I don't think I want to pull from that deck. Let me see here. I'm going to pull. Okay, I'm going to pull from another deck. I pull from this deck, the spell casting deck, but I get hesitant to, I'm just going to be transparent with you. I get hesitant to say that because of what I shared with you earlier. I think well-being at the bottom. There's a lot out there right now, and a lot of people are, doing their own thing, and hey, we're all free to do our thing. But I just really feel like a lot of people have not ever received the message that when you are stepping into your greater power and knowing that you can manifest and align and attract with anything, there are two core messages. And I learned these at the very start of my journey, like 20 years ago. And I want more people to know them. So number one is never, ever, 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 ever do anything against anyone's free will, ever. No matter how much you want a certain particular outcome, just don't do it. It's going to backfire on you at some point. There's the potential to harm someone else, but then also harm yourself at some point. Because when we think about how we're all connected, what we wish for someone else, ultimately we're wishing for ourselves. Right? So just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Okay. The second thing always when you are manifesting is you want to get to the space where you trust and you ultimately believe. You believe. You have to believe. You have to believe in what you're doing. And so much about it is about feelings and manifesting feeling states. And because we want to be in flow. We want everyone to be able to be in flow of what's for their highest and greatest good. So, and I'm going to say hashtag sorry, not sorry, for including some of this stuff in here, but I feel it's very, very, very relevant. I believe it was relevant to what my experience was that links to this. And maybe it's also relevant to yours. So, and regardless, I think it's actually a good message. So anyway, okay, let's pull another card because this deck is still a great deck. I think it's a great deck. So let's see here. What message wants to come through this deck? Okay. We got 3 cards that popped up. Let's see. Protection. Remember that white buffer of light around you that I spoke of at the beginning of this reading? Protection. And the more and more empowered you get, and the more you feel grounded and safe and free in your own energy as you heal, then you may actually become less inclined to use the word protection. And you might just simply think of it as a buffer of light around you. And that doesn't have to be a bad word either, but there can be kind of an abundance versus lack perspective inherent within this. And look, she's wearing her crown. She's wearing her crown and she's protected. Okay, let's see. We also have, this is, okay. We have transformation. Okay. I see how this is all coming together. So we have transformation and we have willpower. And look, this girl she has like both worlds in her hand, two worlds in her hand. It's like earth in one hand, and that could be the moon in the other. She is taking a stand for herself, owning her power, and extending her light in big and grand ways. So we absolutely have here that an energy vampire experience that may have been the last thing you would have ever expected or of course wanted, right? Can be one of the biggest and most profound and pivotal experiences of your transformational and healing journey. As you come to stand in your power and know more of who you are, what you are capable of, the gifts that you have, the light that you are, how you uniquely and authentically shine, and how beautiful that is for the world, for you to come into this space of knowing and owning. And as you sense into that, that could feel very big and almost kind of scary, right? We've got these two girls sitting in a bedroom and there's no roof because remember, the sky, it's the sky and beyond, right? There is no limit. There is no limit. You are limitless. And so when we have been vibrating in a certain energetic space and then we get called into something bigger, we can absolutely feel very uncomfortable recognizing the difference of energies. Again, take what resonates, leave what does not, because your situation may resonate in some ways what I'm speaking about and maybe not in others. And that's okay. That's okay. There may be something about your experience that is calling you forth to take a stronger stance for the beautiful energy and light that you are, that is inherent within you, flowing to you and through you at all times. And as you own and take a stand for that more and more, remember, you are a beacon for others so that they can learn and know that they too have that within them. They too have that capacity to be able to blossom up and transform through their own journey, their own experience. And I thought there was something else here I was going to say. Oh, just simply that the discrepancy of energies can feel very uncomfortable at first. So you don't have to force yourself to go from, vibrating at one I'm just going to say lower vibration, right? If we're looking at the expanded energy that you could move into, then that's going to be a higher vibration technically, right? And this would be considered a lower vibration. I'm not calling you low vibration at all. That's not what I'm saying, but simply going from one to something even greater, right? And so recognizing the difference in energy can be unsettling. So allow yourself to inch your way there, take steps forward as you are comfortable, but that comfort is going to come through your process of shifting your beliefs, of letting go of what's heavy, of recognizing how much more is available to you and the truth of who the expanded version of you is versus the 3D human version, right? That we all have this 3D human version and then we all have this expanded version that we can move towards and choose to embody more of as we're here on Earth. Oh my gosh. And what a journey, right? What a journey. What a journey. Okay. And I'm just going to affirm again, like, there's no shame. There's zero judgment or shame in what I'm saying today. I hope that is very clear. None of us benefit from that. So just simply sharing, right? And through what shows up. Let's pull an angel card. Let's pull an angel card. This is from Keith Leon's Walking with Your Angels Daily Inspiration deck. Okay, what angel message wants to come through for all those healing from an energy vampire experience? Ooh. Okay, I get that there are, okay, it's 2 of these here. I'm going to put that one back. I don't know, it just seems humorous. Okay, we have Archangel Gabriel, but I want to say Gabriel. Archangel Gabriel. Meditation comes in many forms. Sitting in the silence, listening to your breath, in and through music, painting, or a walk in the forest. What form of meditation will you practice today? So it was giving some examples there. You could sit in silence, listening to your breath. You could sit in silence and listen through music. You could paint, or you could walk in the forest. Or something else, right? Anything and all that becomes a meditative experience for you. And then we also have Archangel Metatron. Okay, take a look at that image first. It says, what does it mean to have the faith of a mustard seed, or to pray believing that you already have, so you may receive? Ponder this, my child. Your words are law once spoken. Pay attention to your words daily, and you will see just how much they do come true. Call my name to clear the path to anything you wish to reach. So when I was talking a moment ago about, feeling the discrepancy between where you currently are energetically and maybe to the space of expansion that you're being called forth to, if that discrepancy seems too wide a gap, too far, too hard to even maybe take that first step forward, Archangel Metatron is saying, call my name to clear the path to anything you wish to reach. Right? You're not expected to know how to do it all or to do it all on your own. Absolutely reach out to your spiritual helpers, your guides, your loved ones, God, to help you in moving forward and taking those next steps. And last, I think we're going to do 2 more. We're going to do 2 more. I'm going to pull from the Namaste deck. This has some little stress-less exercises you could do. Because I do believe that an energy vampire experience is also one of learning how to be more in tune with your body and love your body. So it's not just having a general sense of self-love, but also being able to love your body and respect your body. And what does that mean? And how does that show up for you? Let's see. What message wants to come through for those who are... No, oh my gosh. They're just like stacks that are coming through. What I believe that means is there is so much love and guidance and assistance for you. So an energy vampire experience can be one that may feel very like you're very alone, like no one else can see or understand what's happening for you, and you're being reminded right now that there's actually so much help and spiritual help and guidance and assistance for you as you move through this journey. There's so much. Okay, what message wants to come through for those who are healing? I'm just going to leave it at that because I don't even like using the phrase. That was another big deck. What stack? Okay, I'm going to pause. I think it might be let's see here. Hold on. Okay. So I felt drawn to the one that was face down most, and it says, crack a routine. It says, we all like established routes that are familiar and efficient. The problem is when we get caught up in the same cycle, we reduce our ability to bring new things into our lives that we can learn from. Crack a routine today. It could be something as simple as how you make breakfast or get ready for work. If you want to take it up a notch, try talking to people whom you rarely engage with. See if you can cultivate a new relationship. Changing a routine can help bring new wonders into our lives and help us integrate new perspectives that allow us to learn and grow. So you might find it beneficial to just switch some things up, do some things different in your life to really support you in gaining new confidence, in being able to move forward, to expand, to evolve, to see things a little differently. Okay, the card right under that, yeah, let's do this. The card right under that literally says self-love affirmations. So let's read some of these. It says, practice positive affirmations about yourself throughout your day, such as, I am amazing. I am strong. I am healthy. I made someone smile today. Write these down somewhere you can see them to remind yourself of your positive attributes and thoughts. Self-love affirmations can be a powerful emotional healing tool, as they can transform a negative self-image into a positive self-image. Self-love affirmations can help you increase your sense of power, reduce stress, and experience personal fulfillment. Okay, I think that was great. Well, we're going to close out with one more healing energy oracle. Let's see, what's the final closing message for everybody who's here in the process of healing, in the process of cultivating greater self-love? We have the divine fruit. Look at that. Look at that image. What does that make you think of? As I work to improve and free myself, I strengthen my foundations. My intellect is light, my heart is warmth, and my soul is strength. I am nurtured by the divine sun. The fruit I bear reflects my inner light. So as you're in this space of balancing your energy, reclaiming your power, of really taking a stand for you and owning the light that you are, and building up more and more of that buffer of protection and of white light around you. There's going to be a sense of completeness, wholeness, that you feel more and more from the inside out. I like to refer to it as an inner abundance. Feeling whole and expanded from the inside out. And the more that you cultivate that internally, then just imagine going from here to here is going to be that much easier. Because as this is representing a fullness, an expansion, a wholeness, when you have that within you, that's going to make it easier for you to step into an environment. And I wouldn't typically say it that way, but maybe that's even necessary. So maybe there's a space where you feel like you're being called towards, where maybe there are a lot of other people who are already shining in their authentic light, right? Who are really already standing in their power, who maybe appear very confident. And maybe you are hesitant. Maybe you're holding yourself back because you don't think that you shine the same way. You don't think that you are as confident. Maybe you doubt your ability. And yet the more you cultivate this sense of inner abundance from the inside out, knowing and loving who you are, it's going to be so much easier for you to say, heck yeah, I'm just like them. But the beauty of it is you're also you're uniquely you. You're you. No one else is you. And yet you're all connected. This is beautiful. I hope this made sense. Let me know if this, I'd love to hear how this supports you in your healing journey from an energy vampire experience. And I'm so sorry if that was your experience. I hope that this message provided you some degree of comfort or light, or of course, hope, absolutely hope, and insight into your journey and what's possible, and regardless of where you are on your path. And the more and more you stand in your power, again, where are you on today's to-do list, right? Are you on today's to-do list at all? And if you're not, that could be step number one, right? Changing things up. This could be the first thing. Before you tend to everything else, what's one thing you can do just for you? And then as you do it, allow yourself to feel how good that feels to have done that. That's going to be part of cultivating this sense of inner abundance and wholeness, feeling whole and complete from the inside out. You are amazing, and you are love, and you are light, and those are amazing things. Have an amazing day. I hope this was helpful to you. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.